tell them pipe down. Or it's lights out, zeros on the debit, baby, all I do is swipe now. Gucci sweater 5,000, stunning, buzzing. I be going up, no ceiling. Wow, ballin', running, getting to the paper, I'm peeling out. They gon' know me as legendary. You in the stands, I ain't need no commentary. They gon' know me as legendary. You in the stands, I ain't need no commentary. Ain't no option, ain't no secondary. I just throw it out like a Hail Mary. I'm legendary.
What's going on, all of you beautiful people? Welcome back to the CDL opening weekend, and this is day 2. I'm your host, Velly, rocking the mic with aLLeY and also Nameless. But in this matchup right here, from what we just heard from Gizmo, he says this is going to be the EU takeover, and with Toronto Ultra, they showed that during the Kickoff Classic, and Nameless, this team, I mean, they look solid. I mean, everything they did just seemed perfect. And even seeing Bance pop off, this looks like the team to beat right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Bance was the guy last year in the first couple of events where he wasn't playing that great. And then when he put it together, they were lights out top 2 the rest of the season. So out the gates for Bance to be looking like that, that's a good sign. And then CleanX was really consistent throughout kickoff, and they won that event, right? They were in the last 3 finals, and they lost 2 of them, and they get the first dub headed into Vanguard. The teamwork was there. The trends that we saw with this Toronto team last year, they picked back up right where they left off, right? Control was fantastic. Search and Destroy was great. And then the hardpoint seems to have gotten better. The last map we saw them play, they dominated Seattle 250-70 in the most textbook win we've seen in hardpoint so far in the Vanguard season. This team is disgusting, and this Game Fuel featured player, CleanX, he was the MVP for me at kickoff.
Right, when it comes to CleanX, I mean, aLLeY, you talk about this team just being great just as a unit, but all of them, they step up in a big way. And when it comes to the Game Fuel keys of victory, Nameless, what does Toronto got to do to stay on top?
Continue to showcase elite teamwork. They traded 31% of team deaths in Respawn at Kickoff Classic, first overall. The teamwork was on point, and that's a great illustration of what they're doing on the map. And then you can't win hardpoint without locking down hills. 90% hold rate at Kickoff Classic. That is an improvement for Toronto, a team that wasn't the best hardpoint team last year. When they got it done, it was control and search and destroy. And then last but not least, prevent Seattle from quick planting in search and destroy. Seattle's planting the bomb 89% of the time, 24 out of 27 rounds. That's very impressive on the side of Seattle. So if CleanX can get up close and personal and stop that first plant, it could be huge.
Yeah, and looking at the team as a whole, there's no weak spot. They all roll as a group and they dominate as a team. I'm loving what I see from them, and the statement that they made out there in Texas was just phenomenal. But they're gonna have to bring that type of teamwork again, because they're gonna have to go against a bunch of individual stars who are looking to break that all apart. aLLeY, I'm talking about Seattle Surge. This team is young, they're hungry, and they're ready to win.
Absolutely. I mean, across the board, we've seen what they did yesterday against New York Subliners, a hot 3-0. I mean, this team is set up for success going into this season. We saw in a Kickoff Classic where they shocked everybody on main stage. Pred had his huge debut, Sid being as consistent as ever, and I feel like even accuracy managed to surprise some people. And Mac, again, being a consistent sub player, taking those odd routes, being the objective man, he seriously turned up for me specifically. But when it comes to their Mountain Dew Game Fuel keys to victory, they need to continue to showcase what they showed. They traded 31% of team deaths and Respawn to Kickoff Classic first overall, and they can't win hardpoint without locking down hills. Now, excuse me, that is actually Toronto Ultra's keys to victory. I'm gonna actually read Seattle's now. They can't rely on just winning rotations versus Toronto. They need to break as well. And I completely agree with that. Toronto, again, their teamwork is on par. So Seattle Surge need to make the break in. And at home on map 3, winning 74% of rounds. Only map loss was to Toronto, 3-2 in finals on Tuscan. So again, they are on a bit of a revenge tour when it comes to this squad. And again, overwhelmed Toronto with slaying power, 1.06 overall KD team. That definitely comes in when it comes to Sip and Pred, those two dominant young players.
Yeah, and another thing is Pred got kind of shut down in that last series. I mean, he's been going off every single series they've had other than versus Toronto. He was sitting at a .91, and his engagements were definitely not all the way there. So going to need to see Pred step up when it comes to the matchup versus Toronto. Excited to see if he can bounce back.
All right, well, I'm excited to see this game go down right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time for the Game Fuel marquee matchup of the day. Miles and Chance, how excited are you guys right now to break this all down?
Very, very excited, Velly. I mean, it's been a ridiculous day of Call of Duty so far, and, you know, we talked about this enough in the break, and I have a sort of a sneaky suspicion, my spider senses are tingling, that this could be one of the great rivalries that we see throughout this season, because both these teams are looking fantastic, and if Kickoff Classic was anything to go by, this should be about.
All right, Chance. All right, if you had to make a prediction right now, say it with your chest, big fella. Who's walking away with the dub?
Toronto 3-1 or 3-2, but absolutely I'm going Ultra.
There we go. Let's get it, Chance. You're calling it a 3-1. I actually got the pick'ems in a 3-2, but I'll let you find out who exactly we have in the win there. Over to our first map we go, and it's Tuscan. Capsidal will be coming away in just a moment to kick things off with an absolute blast. It is going to be Ultra. Opening kills going their way, and as you can see on Tuscan, there's a bit of a pinch happening here, and already the boys of Seattle trying to get back into this one. And Chance, we saw these two teams go at each other. It was incredible to watch the Kickoff Classic, of course, on LAN. Now we move things over to the online realm. We're trying to set ourselves up for the next major. This should be a treat. And CleanX, our game-fueled feature player, now on the approach to the point.
And just to try to get like some of the homework out of the way, yeah, when they played at the Kickoff Classic, outside of that final Berlin, every single map as tight as it could be. Tuscan, though, this is a map that Seattle are 3-0 on. So they're making a claim to be the best Tuscan team in the game, but if there's anyone to take them down, well, Toronto's certainly towards the top of the list. And with a shot like that from CleanX, well, he was the main guy that was shutting down the SMGs of Seattle. The only times like Pred and Simp has not popped off is when they go against the Tissue.
Issue is an issue. Said it before and we'll certainly say it again. Over to the column we go now, and it is no problem whatsoever for the players of Seattle Surge. They lock this one down well. 3 clean kills go their way. Time still ticking in favor. Bit of a lead to climb back from. Again, the 44 seconds garnered from first point for Ultra. All good. Red, nice work on the back line. Going to find a few more kills. His teammates are getting picked apart coming through the top side now. Sib still locking down that point, soaking up that time. Lovely bit of work over to Pred. Dances the dance of death there with Insight, who does eventually bring him down. But still, all being soaked up very well. This is great stuff out of Surge.
Oh, bro, did you see that from Benjamin Bance, though? He goes on a flank, picks up one, and buys his teammates time. So that is that Toronto teamwork coming out at full display. But at the same time, a bit of an exchange. You make that break by your team, maybe like 15 seconds that Seattle's not able to get, but it makes that rotation that much more difficult. Cammy found himself in between two. And it looks like more gunfights are coming down. Like number 4, Pred, he's running towards the hill. Cammy just spawns in the back. That can't find one. And Toronto able to lock down those spawns. So that's a nice little break at old and a great rotation to do.
Yep, good fights here. Third hard point is always a bit of a war. Beautiful shots out of Sib. Nice 2-piece. And look out for lots of grenades like that throughout the entire season, friends. Again, the way Vanguard plays, your lethals and tacticals will be extraordinarily valuable. Back over to CleanX, game fuel featured player. Now flying forward. Lovely crosswork there from accuracy. Good shots. But Insight, once again, in the hard point. 20-odd seconds now separating both teams with the final 25 here to be had on Fountain. And Benjamin Bance still flying around the map, finding those cut-offs. A chance with about 20 seconds to go. He's got eyes on the next hard point already.
He's thinking slowly about the rotation as well. You can see a couple Seattle players just lingering towards the middle of the map. So Bance happy to take his time. Ooh. They are able to get those final few seconds to scrap, but now they got the pinch basically across the map. ARs on both sides. Bance is going to be side trench. And look at this squad spawns. He gets his teammate to spawn right on top of him. Toronto are going to win the rotation again. The patience of Bance has been perfect this game.
Benny Bance doing what he does best. Fred Mac, though, finding a couple of kills going forward. Mac wins a big one upstairs. Top side of the church now is all belonging to Seattle. Mac does win another one. So the Mac attack finding a few more kills, and that's beautiful work. Can CleanX now try to find the entry through the backside. Good teamwork there. Does sadly bring down his teammate, but hey, we'll hold on to it for now. Last player up for his squad, buying time. Finally takes care of Mac. And now you've got a little bit of space to work with. Here comes Ultra. Almost every door covered here. They've flooded in. They've found the kills. It's not quite a clean break yet. Turn around, lads. They're right behind you as Seattle Surge flood on through. 20 seconds are going to be theirs. And chance, it's 20 seconds of scrap time that Ultra look like they're going to be giving up.
Well, they're going to be giving it up on that rotation, though, and Seattle's going to be there first. So this might be one of the key moments of the game, right? 20-point lead right now for Ultra. Mac, though, the first person for Seattle towards this new hill. And they're setting up waiting for the kills. Pred gets caught on the flank. And now for Toronto, they know the pressure is just inside the hill. CleanX leading that charge.
Here comes the charge, right through, and it's going to be Mac once again. Gets himself a couple more kills. Mac's on an absolute run this map so far. 12 and 8 overall. He's doing a fantastic job. And now pushing the spawners out, trying to make sure that Ultra can't get close, but a little bit of bad timing. CleanX now in from behind, Insight through the front, and here comes the wind-up punch. Ultra trying to make their way forward. Shots exchange in a V5 we go. Cammy on the cuts now. Mac gets brought down as well. Cameron McGilligan finds 3. That's the break. That's Ultra's hard point.
The battle of the hard point we have in our hands, right? Seattle nearly tie up the lead, and as soon as that happens, Toronto, well, they start running the score up just a little bit more. There's another one for Never mind. I was thinking about kill streaks, and maybe so was he. He got a bit ahead of himself, but nice little bounce back just to fight for that scrap time. And funnily enough, on that rotation, while Seattle's winning the scrap, they got the rotation over towards New as well. They got all their bases covered. Mid-map cut off, Sib able to find 2. And you just see in the kills column, right? Sib and Pred, they have bounced back. They are ready for this match today.
Yeah, they're looking good so far. It's 14-9 now for Sib on a 4 spree. Again, streaks are certainly on the menu. Mac is just disgusting so far. He's playing with real purpose. Bit of a team kill. Sib, though, wow, this is aggressive. Bance will get the read. A nice bit of a stop there of the pace of Sib. He's been absolutely running so far. Fred cut down. Unfortunate timing there on the push. Accuracy can't get much more. The trades are on point. Last player left standing is going to be Cammy. Nice shots, but not enough as the spawn's close from Sib. We'll get that kill. Back at it we go, though, Chance. It is literally non-stop here. And this is just the way Vanguard plays. It is an absolute onslaught at almost all times on every single point.
Yeah, but you see Seattle maybe slowing down the pressure on the point just a little bit. Accuracy, maybe a last-ditch effort. They're causing problems, but you see number 3, Mac. He rotated over towards P5. Seattle, they're making sure that they are very secure for P2. We saw this from Seattle yesterday when they were playing against New York. Their P2 to P3 rotations have been on point. And if not for Toronto, again, we saw Bance making big plays earlier. If they didn't secure that rotation, Seattle would have a much bigger lead. Well, it's deja vu all over again. Similar situation. Ultra, the pressure is on.
Yep, here we go. CleanX in. Shots exchanged. Accuracy, fancy footwork, but not enough to stop the Great Dane as CleanX does manage to find another Cammy. The bodyguard keeping him safe and sound as well. Gets another one. Cammy, beautiful work as well. That was 3 in the feed, but that also keeps CleanX alive at the back for a few seconds. It comes Seattle, though. Through the front, over the top, the pair of them. Another 4 down. Back and forth we go. 2 absolute titans exchanging blows here, Chance. It is a delight watching these 2 teams go at it.
And Seattle are just playing so absurdly fast, right? Pred is rotated over to P1 just to be the cutoff man, but I think now that Accura's spawned up, they should know that Toronto is actually going to be here on the rotation. Toronto, they will take that gift of making sure they get the spawns for New because they're down by 30 points, and they will take a free rotation for sure. Looks like no scores or kill streaks, excuse me, coming through just yet. Seattle, they're grouping up for the break.
Here comes the slow hit. Plays through front, and again, no one in the point really just yet. You're trying to fight for the control. Here comes Seattle. They've got numbers. Do they have angles on the fight, though? This could be a bit of a pinch, but Mac managing to find at least one does buy his boys some time. Still, Fred up close and personal now. The MP40 wins against CleanX. Trying to keep the pressure up. Bance once again, man. He's been real clutch in these fights, staying alive at the right times. And unfortunate timing from Insight, and with that, Seattle, they've got themselves a foothold. Now an opportunity to keep the time going, and it's so scrappy and hard to get this time, Chance. It's only going to be a few seconds before Ultra are back in it, but they're valuable seconds indeed.
Oh, Sim's making plays, though. He gets to the back. That's 4 in a row for him. He's looking for 5. Give it to him. He will take it. 28 in 13. Again, when they played Toronto last time, him and Pred played fine, but that was the only series where these 2 guys were not able to pop off. Look at him now. Pred's on a 5. Sib as well. Both of them showing up. Toronto, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, well, Seattle looking like they're not going to let that happen.
But once again, though, you go straight back to the point. You've got Mac in now, bottom side of Church, finding kills. Insight from upstairs. Peeks in, finds one, and in and out you go. It is just whack-a-mole right now in the Church. Bance from downstairs finally cleans up 1, can't get the 2. It is non-stop. CleanX now. Get in there, son. Can't even get a foothold. Church is wiped out. Seattle Surge back in control.
They're back in control, full speed ahead. Sib reading the cuts every single time that man's name pops up in the feed. He's basically getting 2 in a row. The untradeable on this map. 31, now 32 in 15 again. He will take 2 to the grave every single time before he falls. Sib has put in work on this map. Seattle now just 21 seconds away from winning the game. And again, you talk about the speed that they've been playing every single rotation. Someone's always here. Pred has been the cutoff man. He's pushing out towards New. Seattle, I mean, it's P5. They're looking to win it right here, right now.
Fred's got eyes on CleanX. He's not going to time this very well, though. Interesting from CleanX, manages to get it going. Is this the opportunity to make something special happen? The nade's in. It's going to blow up. It's only going to singe the eyebrows of Mac there, but he's going to be alive and kicking. Here comes another hit from Ultra. You got to go, boys. Time's ticking. This is going to be the win here for Seattle, unless you get things going. 5 seconds for the win, and there's no one in position. And Mac's doing a victory lap right now. Map 1 goes to Seattle.
Seattle came into this day 3-0 on Tuscan. Well, that makes it 4-0, a perfect record on the map. A fantastic individual game from Sib. but even across the board, how many rotations do we see from Seattle where 15, 20 seconds in advance, the observer just cut to some guy who's already rotated to do, sitting in a corner and just patiently waiting. They were running the show. They always had the pressure when they needed to, and it really does not hurt that 36 and 17, 4,100 damage. Sim had an absolute feast that map.
I'm on my phone right now. I know it's not very professional, but Sib tweeted something today, 7 hours ago. He said, I think I'll just turn it up a notch today. And my man was not lying. 36 and 17. What an unbelievable performance. 30 of those kills didn't get traded.
Yeah.
Wow.
What? 39 traded kills, more than 80 total kills Toronto had, 81 of the players. I mean, that honestly might be one of the best individual maps we have seen so far this year.
I mean, you were saying that statistically, like, high 70s is quite good. I mean, your man was up there in this case. Wonderful stuff. He had a great day yesterday and ridiculous performance here. Well done, though, from Seattle again. Overall, just to take that map, you know, really put an ultra to the blade. That was a wonderful run on Tuscan. And, man, that pace, there's not a lot you can do. And I've got no idea what to expect now with this league. Like, I can't wait to see what Atlanta FaZe versus Seattle Surge is going to look like now. I can't believe I'm saying that. I mean, it is 2022, anything can happen, but what a season we're in for, friends. An electrifying start to this matchup. Surge with the dub. Ultra's got a little bit of thinking to do going into the search on Bocage. Coming up in just a moment, of course, Gavutu control following that, and then a double dose of Berlin. And if that doesn't cure your ails, I don't know what's wrong with you, friends, because Vanguard is already lit.
And something very interesting about these pick and bans, by the way, is the fact that Berlin Hardpoint actually got through. I mean, if you remember from the kickoff classic, that's what Toronto put him in the body bag. It was like 250 to 71, an absurd scoreline. Seattle apparently does not mind. They are happy to run it back, but outside of that, we've talked about Seattle on Gavutu. They are still flawless on that map. They started losing rounds finally, but overall they're still getting dubs, and it'll be very interesting to see whether or not Toronto Ultra can crack that code. But before we get there, Bocage, S&D, another map we have seen Seattle have success, but at the same time for Bocage, the same can be said. I think we remember CleanX dropping double digits as well on the map, so it'll certainly be a battle, but Sid looks like he came to play.
He certainly did. I actually think, looking at the maps and bans, like, well, they banned out Gavutu, or Seattle banned Gavutu. I think they're looking at getting a 3-0. They're like, we're not going to Berlin. We're gonna win out on the Gavutu control. I think that might be the game plan. I'm not kidding. But we'll see. Of course, that Search and Destroy is moments away. We're going to Bocage for that one. And yeah, it's been an exciting start today. We've seen a couple of those, and they've been very, very interesting. And I mean, Shotzzy, like, what can we expect? Like, what we've already seen out of teams earlier today. What should the fans expect going into a Bocage Search and Destroy?
Well, that's actually a very interesting question, because these are two of the teams that seem to have the best understanding of the game. When we saw Seattle play on this map yesterday, they'll almost have like a different idea going into every single round that they play. They'll constantly be able to mix it up. And of course, we know Toronto Ultra, a team that will do their homework, that will pay attention to Seattle when they played this map yesterday. So I think it'll be one of the better S&Ds potentially we've had this year.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, we've seen some different looks there. Of course, I think you did actually get a DM from Accuracy when...
Oh, no, we don't leak DMs on broadcast, Miles. We don't do that at all.
But some people, I've been seeing a lot of leaked DMs recently. There seems to be something wrong with the plumbing around here in the Call of Duty world, because I'm seeing DMs all over the place. It's supposed to be a sacred place where things can be said in absolute confidence, but hey, you lot wouldn't last a day in prison. But here we go. Let's see how Bocage handles up. As the boys of Ultra, again, Search and Destroy has been a game mode that they've been particularly proficient at. Teamwork being the name of the game there, and their squad that has it by the absolute ton. See if they can't find something special here at that series. Because again, while these matches, you know, we're getting ready for Major 1, this is all to sort of handle the seeding going into that one. Again, if you haven't got your tickets already, if you are going to come, head on down to the Call of Duty League website and get yourself a ticket. We'll see you at the OpTic Texas Major. It gonna be lit, friends. I can guarantee you that. But here we go. Into Bocage. Wonder if we'll see any snipes chance from either side.
I mean, Dashy obviously showed off that, like, while it's not going to be the best map in the world to actually use a sniper on, certainly viable. You can certainly make plays Riverside with it. I don't necessarily expect either one of these teams to make that play. Also, it's worth pointing out, both of these teams have been hyper effective at getting the bomb down. They'll both play the objective. CleanX gets that first blood, and they catch Pred, hunting for that next kill. Toronto, a massive advantage in the round.
Just watching those 4 arrows across the minimap, they have gone from one side of the map to the other incredibly fast. Bocage helping there, but the teamwork and the synergy incredibly proficient. Past barn, Insight finds another one, almost getting the last as well. Mac now 1v4 technically. Can he take care of the remaining 3 players and defuse the bomb? question that he will soon answer for us, because here comes the fight. The jig is up. He's in mid-map. They've surrounded him, and they have squeezed the life out of Mac Ultra round 1.
And just a very strong setup from the start of the round, right? CleanX gets that first blood. Pred, who was just hunting down for that trade. Well, someone for Toronto was there to watch their teammates back. So teamwork on point. And again, both of these teams, even on this map, again, incredibly effective at actually getting that bomb down. So they are very objective-minded, even on Bocage. You see Toronto is the same thing, right? Get a couple kills. Don't waste any bit of time. Don't let them readjust on defense. Get the bomb down as quickly as possible. Seattle will look to do something similar.
Almost hit a pigeon with that stun. I wonder what happens if you actually do land it. Here we go. CleanX got eyes on. Stun check on top of the bomb's going to definitely tag those players' ears up. Predator reach out. Manages to get around the corner. Oh, spots an insight out and about. Does take his head off. And the rest of his teammates get gunned as well. So now, 1v4 for CleanX. Our game field featured player. On a 2 spree right now. Accuracy. Oh my God. CleanX don't care. Tagged up, fly straight at him. Good coverage from the rest of Surge, but oh my word, if Accuracy had stayed atop gate there, Chance, he would now be dead.
That is very true. I mean, CleanX definitely has the beamer. There's no doubts about that. And I think Accuracy had that fear in mind to make sure to not give anything away. But that is how Seattle likes to play. Again, hyper aggressive, going to get the bombs down. Mac had a very nice read of, I think once he got near the site, just making sure he doesn't get killed off bomb. But as soon as he finds that first blood, then again, boom, 0 time wasted. Seattle as aggressive as can be. Toronto back in the attack. Once again, leaning towards this A site. I think Ultra will mix the pace up a fair bit more. You see CleanX is already up in this corner. He's got the teammates working with him, but Toronto a little bit more happy to take their time.
So they've got eyes on at least a few. Pred now is going to back them up with the nades. Slides out. Pred does get it. That's CleanX out of the round. 4v3, Pred with the immediate readjustment there. It's covering the iron. Sib, big win up close and personal there with the automaton. Cammy waiting for the push, but both players very patient. Cammy cut down by Accuracy. It's a beautiful round from Surge. Early information gained in the middle of the map, Chance, and they are going to have their way with Benjamin Bance.
Every single round we've had so far has left somebody in a 1 versus 4.
It really
Bance gifted for the first one, but this is, nearly impossible. Seattle has to throw this away, and you can see they got somewhat of a triangle set up across the map. As soon as they get any sort of information, Bance should be dead to rights. He gets spotted, taken down in another nearly flawless round out of Seattle. Gonna go up 2-1, and again, it's just good plays, right? You had Toronto. They were trying to push up the pace. Sid and Pred delivering where they slightly struggled last time they played Toronto Ultra. They have so far turned up on the day.
It's not looking bad. And Ultra certainly been slowed there. It's not an easy thing to do on Bocage, like a 1v3, 1v4 situation, but I thought Seattle was worried for a moment that they were quite isolated in those fights, so Ben could pick them off 1 by 1, you never know, but for now, a single round advantage goes the way of Surge. Over towards A once again. Here come the lethals and tacticals over the top of these roofs. And already, Chance Accuracy first blood.
Yeah, he finds a nice pick over towards B, and it looks like the call from Seattle is to, well, try to wrap the bomb back that direction. Accuracy gets caught, though, so we're basically back to a standard 3v3 over towards this A site, so business as usual. Nade's coming out. Bance has the information. Someone's near the bomb. Mac looks like he's going for the plant.
It's a dead nade in there. Can't kill Mac. CleanX, what can you do? You're going to get the bomb at least, but now it's a 1v2. Sib and Pred versus Insight. Insight managed to make it a 1v1, and this is going to be a spicy one indeed. Dead Silence does get refreshed from that kill. Sib on the hunt. Oh my word, it's a slow and steady angle. Oh, what a shot from Sib. Oh, baby. And that reaction will tell you everything you need to know about how he felt about that fight. Well, he was pretty cool about that one, but damn, I thought Insight had it. Feeling good after that 1v1 win. Great read. And a fantastic round again from Seattle.
I mean, that's just the beaver right there. All right, Sib, we got to get his settings. I mean, Insight had first shot, had the good read as well, but Sib, taking it to him. And keep in mind, last year, at the start, when we started seeing Insight play, S&D was his wheelhouse. He was the clutch machine. And he's certainly been great this year as well, but that new blood, certainly ready to go toe-to-toe. Toronto mixing things up once again. Insight maybe working his way over towards gate, but Ultra back to that sort of S&D style they like to have, feeling out the round.
It's incredible to see. our Rookie of the Year essentially last year, now going up against a definite candidate for this season and choosing the other foot now. Less than a minute to play within this round. Sib looking for something. Fred gets well fed on the first kill, backs on up. Sib's going to have the trades as well. That's 7 on 5. They're going to make it 6, and he's feeling himself very aggressive. On the other side of the map, there's going to be a big kill there from Insight. So now, slowly, Insight, the 1v3. This is for the ace, and he's going to need this round as the team is starting to bleed out. A 4-1 comeback is not an easy thing on Bocage.
Ultra just needs some sort of life, right? I mean, they've got just bullied out every single round outside of like what, round number 1. Been picked apart, left in bad situations. Someone's got to make a play, and I think he slid a little bit too loud. But these are first, and maybe had some information, but Seattle are there. They have everything covered. The setup's too clean, and this has been a dominant game of Bocage S&D thus far. Seattle has certainly came to play.
Just like Seattle, when you watch that minimap, as soon as it was like, cool, 3v1, all the positions they got to had a line of sight covered, and they were in a spot to trade each other's kills. I mean, that is just, that synergy there so fast. Immediately knew how to handle the situation, even with a rough idea of where Insight was in that 1v3. These boys have done their homework, I'll tell you that. Here we go, 4-1 here on Bocage. Just starting to get a little bit dangerous here. And this is an interesting opener now from Cammy, mixing things up in a big way. That stun's not going to help the case, as he's still on the donut. We'll see if the snipe can come through, but it's the fight over towards A still going to be more important.
A lot of pressure on A, absolutely. I will say accuracy just took a nice off angle. I don't know if Cammy's going to make the read, and it looks like you have to go back for a reset. But you have 2 players for Seattle, including the bomb, that are sitting in like back grandmas.
Oh my.
This is a very interesting map spread Seattle has.
It's very interesting timing. Here comes the timing from Cammy as well. Oh, beautiful shots from accuracy. Takes care of the sniper. Fred now the inside. CleanX last player left up. What can he do? The answer is starting to present itself to us. Not a win in sight. Wow, Surge. A little bit of good timing. Bad luck from Cammy on the peaks with the snipers, but Seattle, an unwavering nerves. They nail that round once again, and this is map point to go up 2-0 in the series.
And look, I really like the way accuracy is playing around the sniper, right? He's taking off angles like deep in river. He ends up getting that kill. But more importantly, it is Pred shooting people in the back. You could have a montage of this guy finding the routes to get behind enemy lines and just setting himself up for easy kills. I mean, it's so consistent. He has been able to pull this off. And now Cammy, the guy that was a menace in the S&D on Tuscan last time they played Seattle, has yet to find a single kill, and accuracy gets the first blood.
Here comes the absolute war over by Tanks and Mac. What a beautiful flank this could be. The second. Oh, God, damn. The round's gone. That's game. Wow. And the elation on the Surge faces tells you need to know there. Pred's like, yeah, that worked out great. Mac is a couple of fist bumps, and that is stunned the Ultra boys. Mac hit the wrap through mid so fast, cuts them out, no questions asked whatsoever. An easy round indeed, and Toronto Ultra will be scratching their chins after that one. Surge go up 2-0.
And look, man, after the kickoff classic, I think Mac had like the 3rd highest overall like kills per round in S&D. He's been the pop-off guy, but that is everyone across the board. Accuracy 8-2. He was finding first blood. Sib 5-1. I mean, the man still has basically never been killed in the past 2 maps, but everybody for Seattle delivering. I mean, the question we had for them yesterday when they were playing against New York was, have the teams that were beneath them at kickoff caught up? Well, they 3-0'd New York, so the answer was no, the teams beneath them have not caught up. Today, the question for Seattle is, well, have they caught up to the only team that performed better at the kickoff? And the answer apparently is a resounding yes. 2 dominant maps back to back. And frankly, they're making it look easy.
They are indeed. And again, for those following at home, yes, this is a very fast series indeed. Gavutu control. Now we go to a favorite for Seattle Surge, it has to be said. And oh, baby, this is a fast one. Chance to shoot and bias. And Cammy, again, not a good look from him. 0-6. Again, not 007. That's Alec Trevelyan, which is 006. If you've seen GoldenEye, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to throw in a quick commercial break so you can Google that fact and make sure that I'm correct. When we come back, Gavutu control, more Call of Duty League action coming your way. Call of Duty League is brought to you by Game Fuel. Victory in a can. Seattle Surge find themselves up 2-0 in the series, and once again, it's this guy going absolutely insane so far. I mean, this is just through 2 maps, chance 41 and 18 in the KD. My man Simp is absolutely disgusting at Call of Duty Vanguard.
Yeah, he's out here playing a pub. Like, it's not just a 2.28 KD, 266 damage per life. I think, generally speaking, a good amount of damage per life is like just above 100. Like, if you're between 100 and 130, you're feeling pretty good. Man is like doubled that, and he's basically asleep or frozen. Maybe that's the strat, though. In between maps, just free yourself cryogenically, and you can stay 18 forever.
Man, that's a lot of, what? Nitrogen? I don't know how you freeze yourself in that sort of moment. The guy's staying cool, ice cold. He's got the man next to him to help out, I suppose. But here we go into our Gavutu control. It's a bit of Mac love there. I know it looks like Berlin, but it's actually Gavutu fans. Just it's on your end. It's your
when it
your
rains
brain.
Just enough. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, your brain's playing tricks on you. You fools. But here we go. Mac has had a whale of a series as well. I got a couple of tweets in the break as well about Mac. You know, we've been sleeping on Mac. I'm like, mate, no one's been sleeping on Mac. He's unbelievable. But he's certainly found his footing there. It's not easy to shine when you're dealing with, you know, Pred and Sib on your team, also picking up all those kills. But Mac's been having a good time. Indeed. Here we go, Gavutu control. And for the betting friends among us, this is going to be a very favorable map for the Seattle Surge. Let's get it, Chance.
I mean,
oh, God!
Hey,
no!
That's not a, that is a team, or not a team kill, excuse me. That is, by the way, the nades from Surge, just connecting on a barrel. So good nades out of Surge for those first 2 kills that they are not granted. But they are 9-2 in round count on this map. New York is the only team that have pushed them at all, and even still, they were able to clutch up. So Toronto, I'm very curious as whether or not they can solve this puzzle, but Sib takes 3 to the grave before he falls again. The man is a walking 2-piece at minimum.
Over towards the ship we go. Slow capture on A. Stop the clock. Insight now on the slow rotate, looking for a couple of kills either side, and his teammates are doing a great job. They have managed to win the battle of the boat, and now with the numbers going their way, they're going to hold on for the time being. 23 lives, Seattle Surge, make it 22 even side. Over towards A again. Trying to make sure that that ship stays as watertight as it literally can. And no, that's impossible, given all the holes in it. But I'll tell you what, those Toronto boys are going to try.
Oh, they've certainly got the map coverage. Maybe P1's going to be open just a little bit. You see Sib actually making somewhat of an approach over towards B. But meanwhile, Bance, he's thinking about spawn kills. He's able to find Pred, and now he's the guy that can just roam around, find all the kills, but the comms are there. Seattle ready for it. Just trades back and forth, and Toronto just doing a very solid job on defense, right? Taking care of business, making sure no one's slipping through, making sure Cammy maybe can heat up just a little bit off the game 2 performance. This has been a fairly dominant, but also fairly standard round of control so far. Toronto taking care of business on defense.
Back from the dead. Cammy is, as he's managed to bounce himself wonderfully into this game, and the round is done. Ultra will win the first defense. Now, defense on Gavutu is very favorable. You know, you've got that perfect trap setup where you can keep him pinned to the backside of the tower. But for now, we're going to see Seattle Surge have their crack at it. We saw what they did to the New York Subliners, and it was hideous. Will they be able to do the same to their Canadian rivals?
And it'd be fun to see, by the way, what Toronto can actually cook up together on offense, right? I think Toronto, obviously one of the more creative teams that we have. This is the first time we've seen them on Gavutu, so I think that mini-map from their perspective might turn out to be very interesting, but for the moment, it is 4 players stacked up in and around this ship. The ladder gunfight, Insight's able to win, and accuracy. He does this constantly, where he pushes through P1 to be the cutoff man, but unfortunately for him, his teammates are busy getting spawn killed.
His teammates are going through it. Let's see what that sounds like. Let's go for a quick listen in with Seattle Surge.
He went bring stairs. He's going to bring in you. Never mind, I got him.
Let's clip one at a time. I'm killing these kids.
I'm challenging mid-side point. What's P5, P5, Tetris, let's go.
They spawn P4 side.
Kill him, P5, P5 dead. Good job.
I have clip, guys.
Benson point. He's outside hole.
One more front. They're mid-tank.
I need a point.
They're mid-tank, CleanX. I'm going ring. Yeah.
I don't see him mid. I'm trying to aim top left.
Yeah, ring, yeah?
Yeah, ring. I give it up. I'm good.
Point.
Be top right. I'm aiming top right.
Are we fighting this right now?
Yeah, we are. I'm hitting mid.
One zombie will be.
Wait, flick it off. I kill him. One's hole.
Zombie will be inside.
I'm coming.
He's on B, on the boat.
It's top right boat. Or Clifford said, I don't know.
Last guy. One zombie.
Top. I'm pushing it. I'm needing him.
I hit him, Mac, I hit him.
I didn't hit him. I'm pushing him, bro. Yeah. I'm sorry. Let me cliff.
Yeah, there, one more close shot.
I didn't hit him. He's just
I stand it. Rock one shot.
Yo, listen, I'm running this spawn. I don't have cliff right now. I'm trying to help you be
Nice, I'm going in.
They're going there, guys, for sure.
Okay, I'm coming in.
I'm behind one cliff, okay?
One's on there.
Okay.
Can you kill that kid or no?
I'm trying. I don't see him.
I'll be on me. Oh, one be on me. On A.
Top road, CleanX. I'm pushing on right. I'm pushing up on the top.
One's mid, bro. One's gonna go.
No way, he wrapped deep. Okay, Bance is just got the top rank. One's in that spawn, CleanX.
Low right boat tank.
Toronto Ultra here on offense, 17 lives to the 10 of Surge, and they've only got B to worry about. The onslaught continues, Shots.
It is worth pointing out, by the way, I thought those were great comms. I love like the conversational aspect of it. That being said, obviously the round Ultra have just been piecing. They have 1 minute and 25 seconds either to get 9 kills or to actually capture that point. They have plenty of map pressure. Oh no, Simp though, what gun does he have? He gets 2. How does he do it?
I don't really understand what happened there. Did his gun jam? Did he, what?
It's World War II.
It is.
Ran it outside and everything.
That adds to the mystery. There's 1 minute now remains, and Insight takes care of accuracy. Gets himself a little bit closer towards that B zone. Does have his teammates to back him up. Bance is going to be the player up close. Finds it with a pistol, and here we go, flying forward. Automaton in hand. 51 seconds remaining on the clock, and they're going to get themselves right on top of that point. Bance with a covering fire. His teammates finding kills all over the map. Cammy's got the middle covered, and here comes the push. Over to Benjamin Bance. First segment gone. His defending teammates have fallen. It now comes down to just he and Insight, and they are doing a wonderful job. Fred, last up for his team. They've managed to secure it, and it is an offensive round win. It's 2 back-to-back for Ultra.
And that is as dominant as you could possibly ask for on offense, right? Like we were hearing the comms from Seattle. Again, I thought they were doing a pretty good job, but Ultra just pouring on the pace. They are like stopping the clock, getting one body on A, setting up for some spawn kills, having those constant engagements. And that really is the key. Like if you capture A and you have 1 minute and 25 seconds on the clock, and you've already taken care of, what was it, like 20 lives from the opponent, you are feeling you've put yourself in a very good spot. All 4 players across the board positive for Ultra. They're already queued up for a potential round 5 as well. If it even gets there, they should get defense. So this is as good as it gets for the Ultra if they're thinking about that reverse sweep.
We'll start things off quite well. Slow, steady defense. Sid, nice moves. Not enough to get any more out of that, though, but he does give Fred now an opportunity to get onto that point. Trying to get the cap in early. Trying to stop that time. He's out. He's right into CleanX, and so far, so good. Seattle Surge, they are still maintaining pressure here. Ultra still keeping that top side of ship safe and sound. Mac now dealing the damage, the dent there in the armor. Bance is up. Somehow stays alive. Pred's here as well. And Bance still dancing on top ship side. Insight's got mid-map covered now. And oh my, what an interesting turn this is as Ultra. A big defensive look from them. Bance has now turned from defense to pure offense. Whoa, nearly got Sim as well.
I think maybe number 2, the only guy right now for Seattle to make a play. That is very much a moment for Ultra, by the way, where it's just good communication. Pred actually slipped through, but they hunted him down and make sure no craziness is going to happen. Ultra, obviously a team that makes very few mistakes. There's pressure over towards B. They're looking for the kills. Accuracy, though, is here. Insight the next man up. Shout out to FMJ. He does get that kill. And I think Seattle might just go back towards A, leave 1 man on this point, try to find as many kills as possible. Trying to put something together on this offensive round. But even if they capture it, they will not have quite as much time as what Ultra had the last go around, so Ultra's still not in a terrible spot.
Yeah, not bad at all. Surge with a slight life lead as well for now, starting to make that look even better. Nice 3 kills going their way. Cammy caught out, not a chance in hell. Nor for Pred there, beautiful stuff.
Oh, here we go.
This is big, this is it. The trap's potentially set now. This is the offensive spawn trap they've got going here. Pred, it's on him to find at least 1 here. Can't get it done. Bad timing, unfortunate for him. Mac on the pinch. There you go. Kills come through. Oh my. 7 lives left for Ultra. And Surge, they should be able to capture B here.
Oh no, Macness's movement up though. He still wins the first gunfight, and Accura's still on the point, so you got the coverage. By the way, you have a 6-life lead, so it is the exact same thing we saw last round. Anything Toronto can do, Seattle says we can do better. No respawns remaining. You got 1.5 minutes. Seattle, they have just done the work in the kills column. Finish off the final 3, and you're good to go. By the way, that is a very nice dent to have in the kills deficit to try to catch back up. Again, just thinking about that potential round 5.
Beautiful nade from Mac there to finish the kill, and Simp has managed to take care of 2 of the final members of Toronto Ultra, help with the 3rd. But Cammy, fighting tooth and nail, not able to get it done. And Seattle Surge, they get on the board. It is 2-1.
May very well have a game on our hands. I mean, obviously we do. I suppose would be the better way to say it. I was trying to do the math. I think right now it's +4 for Toronto. And it'd be interesting as well, because this is the most offensive rounds we've really seen on a Gavutu. So Toronto might be able to set up the exact same thing. Like, that is the system. That is how you win offenses on this map. It is that very slow capture. You almost never want to stack the point unless you have the opportunity to stack B a little bit later on. But you were just trying to drag those lives down as much as possible. An opening break coming through. No nade kills again. You see Accuracy on the map doing the exact same thing. He will always go on these pinches. The gunfights around the boat, well, trades for the moment.
Oh, Cammy, nice snap. Not able to get any more. His teammates there to help out. Beautiful stuff from Ultra here, right off the rip. They did manage to win an offensive round before. Let's see if they can do it again. Cammy, nice shots again with the 21-17 overall now. Here comes his next opponent. Pred's in. Great teamwork once again from Ultra. All angles covered. First segment A cleaned up. They've still got a few more to deal with. Let's push through docks now. Sib leading the kills and the charge. Cammy's up next, and again, Sib, they're just walking straight into his automaton. Bance is here as well, then A-dub over the top, and it is exceptional play. And Sib, right off the back of this, patience. They are literally walking into his gun. 3 kills go his way, and that is A control back in the hands of Surge.
In Accuracy, by the way, he has been here the entire time. I don't know exactly how many shots he's tagging into players, but at the very least, he is feeding all of this information to his teammates, making it very clear that they are all going to be pushing up through the cliff side of things. And Sib, by the way, again, has not slowed down a single bit. I think he was 26 and 16. CleanX with some interesting timing, able to find that kill on Mac, but he's the most aggressive player on the map. He gets chopped down. Seattle, they have just controlled this map, by the way. Another 2 in the feed for Sib, 28 and 17.
If they keep it going, it's going to be Sib, top ring now, trying to find the players of Toronto coming in off spawn. 20 to 17, you called it. We'll see if that number changes a lot in the next 20 seconds. This is to put us into a final round for Seattle Surge. Ultra trying to go forward. Nice shots from Accuracy at range. A lovely angle to be covering that top mid push. Does manage to let CleanX get by. We will see if Sib picks that up off spawn. But for now, the defensive line holds. I don't think anyone's going to make the play here. We're trying to get defense for Ultra right now. They're not looking to give away any more lives. They lose a couple. Oh, chance. Final round. Who gets defense?
I was doing the math in my head. I'm not even kidding. I think it's tied. I think literally towards the final moments there, Seattle was down by 1. I think Sib found the kill. 1 gets traded out, but Mac gets the final one. I think we're tied, and I'll be honest, I don't know what the tiebreaker actually is.
I think it's it comes down to, I mean, we just decide it arbitrarily. So we'll give it to, I don't know.
We'll give it to Seattle. Defense.
We've not been it yet. Yeah, we'll give it to Ultra. There you go. See, I knew it. There you go. Straight in we go. Another final round here. This is the match life for Toronto Ultra. Seattle Surge, this is for a clean 3-0, and what a decisive 3-0 it almost was up until the control. But already, things looking good for them. They've got a lot of players stacked over towards A. They're finding the kills. Mac, great timing, beautiful shot. Into the backside there of Bance. Can't quite get another one inside. Is he saved the A progression now? Not for too much longer. First segment gone. And Pred now looking to put the dagger in the back of Ultra.
And we have said quite a few times, Ultra don't make mistakes. Ultra always aware of this, but for the moment, it doesn't look like they are. Pred has an opportunity. There's the first. There's the second. Turns on him. That's a 4 speed for him. And again, he could just set up for these spawn kills. Manipulate a fight inside of the spawn.
God.
There's number 5. He's thinking about kill streaks that he cannot get. But again, it is that life disparity. Seattle are plus on 3. They capture that point. They have 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So much time to work with.
Plenty of time. Only a 3 life lead. Ultra now desperately trying to buy themselves a bit of space. Couple of kills going their way right off the rip.
Accuracy, by the way, he was just standing behind Bance for the longest time. I don't know what was going on from his point of view, but eventually finds the kill. That was just very strange on the minimap. But either way, you see the idea. Accuracy is responsible just for drawing a little bit of attention while all of his teammates are pushing up through the ship side of the map. As soon as they start making noise, he makes that slow approach. But right now, the pressure's on his teammates. Look at Accuracy setting up. That goes for the flank. Only takes down 1. It looks like Accuracy gets dealt with. Ultra. So far, so good. Keeping that map control.
Max desperately trying to stay alive here. Beautiful shots out of CleanX there. Keeping the ring control going their way. Pred now. First in. Shots are up. Oh, Bance though. Great coverage there as the kills come through once again. Ultra only down by 1 life now. Cammy, full awareness. There is a player behind him, and it's Simp. Simp wins another big gunfight. Now the flank is open. Simp on a 4 spree once again as he has killed his way across Gavutu now. You have to be still looking at the time. Over a minute now passed. And again, Ultra have done a wonderful job keeping this one safe and secure. And it's Cammy going to be the man on the back watching that flank.
And it's just such a good setup from the Ultra, right? It's basically 2 players living over towards P1, someone just floating in the back. You know the pressure is going to be coming from that full flank. That is what Cammy is responsible for. His teammates getting the tight spawn, calling out players towards P1. They have to know they're getting flanked. There's no shot that they don't.
Yeah, it's just reposition now and try to, you know, manage the damage. Red, eyes on, good shots from CleanX from the bush. Max are trying to cook him out with that nade. You still have that long line. You see the white arrows of Toronto Ultra across that map, trying to make sure no one gets in. Sib, he's in. Dealt the damage, slides on out. Bit of a dead slide from him. Slight mistake there. Max won the fight on the flank as well. 25 seconds. Ultra have to hold on. 13 lives apiece. But you have the members of Surge in position. How many more kills can Mac get? Time keeps on slipping. 15 seconds now. CleanX trying to stay alive. Every single second counts at this point for Ultra. CleanX, hold this line down. Finds himself 1. You've got yourself Seattle on the point. Bance and CleanX now nades out. Chance if they get this kill, it's going to open the clock once again. It could come down to Cammy. The push now from Ultra, flying forward. Max got 2. He's on a 4 spree. Mac keeps getting the kills. Accuracy. He does get dropped. Clock ticks once again. 10 seconds now. Cammy on the push, and that could be it. We could be going to a game 4, and surely now Ultra have managed to survive. Seattle, no lives left, no time left, and Ultra 2 defensive rounds seal the deal. But that 1 offense, man, that made the difference. We're going to another hard point.
Just an absurd game. It's worth pointing out, by the way, that defense from the round 5. I don't know exactly how it works, but if you remember off the opening break, the double nade kill that Seattle got on the barrels, that they don't get credit for those kills.
Oh,
I think I did the math right, and I think it was tied going into the round 5. So just a wild set of circumstances that set up Toronto for that final round where they just had the ice. They just had a setup that was too strong. I mean, the amount of pressure that they were able to keep on P1, just constantly making sure Seattle not able to open things up. And that's off the back, by the way. Simp had another blinder of a map, 27 non-traded kills, 34, leading the lobby again. But in spite of that, Ultra hold on and remain to be the only team that is able to take Seattle down on control.
Yeah, they've certainly got whatever it is, the certain kryptonite to Seattle Surge's super performances there on control. But here we have a look at the highlights, and again, kudos to Cammy, certainly bouncing back from the dead after that tough performance in the Search and Destroy. And again, Ultra, first 2 rounds, they were absolutely delightful. Again, kills department, how fast they played it. They had a lot of time to work with on offense. It was very, very special stuff. The following 2, all Surge. I mean, this really is watching 2 great teams here on Vanguard go at each other. Same on the Tuscan. 4 down apiece, 4 down the other side. Great bit of time, 4 down. It wasn't until Seattle Surge managed to finally find that pace that the lead actually changed. We're in for a good year, mate. This was a wonderful control from both sides, and plenty of tricks, I feel, still up their sleeves.
I mean, well, some of the tricks that were on display, right? Like a lot of times when Seattle have success on this map, it's especially when Pred is able to get in the backspawn on offense. But any single time someone from Seattle was trying to make the play, Toronto Ultra, even if it took an extra couple lives to make sure it happened, they were just flooding their own spawn, making sure to clear out all those like late flankers out and making sure nothing gets away from them. And really just Ultra, again, doing their homework. Their comms are always clean and taking care of business. What started out as just a lightning fast series, I think that control was probably longer than the first 2 maps combined, but that is just a long delayed setup for Ultra. Slowly working to the better part of the series. We go to Berlin, a map where they beat Seattle 250-71 to finalize the kickoff classic. So, you know, Ultra feeling confident in a happy spot, but at the same time, Seattle, they look like they've improved. I'm not expecting another 100-point club at all.
No, I wouldn't either. And again, like you think back to the success that they had back at Kickoff Classic, I mean, CleanX was playing quite literally out of his skin. So I do wonder, again, like how much preparation has Surge put into that game mode that was clearly a weaker of their very impressive pool anyway. I'm curious to see how this one goes down, because genuinely, looking at the picks and bans, I really think Seattle was like, we get this done in 3. We've got a very strong opener. Search and Destroy is going to be banging. And baby, come on, Gavutu. Now that we've seen the plot twist, the big plot twist, top 10 anime betrayal with Gavutu going towards Ultra. Now I think we do have a very different looking series in our hands, and I'm not going to lie, the pick'ems need it. It's been a good day so far for your boy Ross. I don't know about you, mate, but I need a game 5 in this one.
I mean, well, I will certainly take a game 5 at the very least. Some of the game 5s we've had, which obviously that would be the OpTic series, was phenomenal. As good of a series as you could really expect to have. But now we go to Berlin. And again, it was the 100-point club last time. But the way that Seattle are able to play Tuscan, where they always have someone that is set up on rotation, where they're always 15, 20 seconds like ahead of the game, Berlin plays out vaguely similarly. So I think they're going to make the adjustments. I think Seattle are going to come to play. And honestly, with the way Simp has been shooting, he's the man that Toronto needs to shut down.
Yeah, he's had 2 exceptional respawns. I mean, I can't wait to see the stats at the end of this, man. Like, his untraded kills have been real good. He went huge in the control despite the L. We'll see, though. We'll see. Again, Berlin hardpoint coming up after this one. And we do have to go to the game 5. It is Berlin Search and Destroy as well. More on that later as we get through this very, very exciting series. We were in for one hell of a day, Chance. We saw the schedule. We knew the games were going to be great. We didn't quite know how great they were going to be. If you've watched this all from the start, thank you for sticking this one around. It's been a real joy so far. Again, that first map, you know, watching Paris Legion take it to Atlanta FaZe, very exciting. And of course, the Ravens with a wonderful upset on OpTic. That was exciting as hell to watch. But there we go. We're almost ready to get into Berlin, and we'll see if the drama will continue here in the Call of Duty League. We're not even in the first major yet, and I am sweating. I know Jeremy Stud's sweating. He's tweeting about it. I don't know what you can do about that, Jay. Paper towels at all times. I have a little towel next to me just in case of any kind of spillages. If I spill game fuel anywhere, you know what I'm saying? I'm prepared, brother. I'm prepared.
I'm glad you're prepared. And again, I hope both of these teams are prepared, even more so. Maybe less about the sweat and more about the rotos, but we'll see how it goes. Seattle, just based on the spawn that they get, they will get to the hill first because that's a thing. So the question is for Toronto, how do they want to approach this? If you keep in mind for the Ravens, the way they got to this hill, they bullied it out for the instant break. This time, though, Mac takes down 2 off the opening rip. Accuracy able to get a couple. And then, of course, Sib always wins his ones. Seattle, that early advantage.
Gonna reposition now, trying to get themselves back into the point. Seattle with a bit of a clean setup, but Cammy, howdy, makes his way in from behind to get a couple of kills across the board. Mac, though, a little too hot on the trigger. Back over towards CleanX, our game fuel featured player here in the respawns. Trades out with Mac. Good job. Insight, though, man alive, that pistol is something. Trying to get back on towards the point, and it's an opening decent amount of time here going the way of Seattle Surge. Kills looking good. They are going to get the final few seconds there, as again, won't be contested over too hard. That's going to go the way of Ultra. Rotation's already down, and that's Toronto's as well.
Oh, he doesn't know it yet. Pred actually might have just let one by. Number 5 on the map, Bance might be able to make a play for his team. Pred gets caught, and you see Bance picking up 1, and now he's got Sid back down, takes care of 2. So that is an efficient setup. That Toronto, they should be on point.
CleanX got 5 there. He was on point picking up time. He takes care of Pred in mid. He spins on accuracy. Now he's still going. Can these 2 players do something about clean? Yep, there they can. I was going to say Sib's got it. Nails it. Big shots either way. They're going to find those kills. You still have hardpoint going the way of Ultra. Insight. Far forward he is. Good shots. That little crack in the window. All his to work with. Finds himself a couple more now. Eyes on the cross. Here comes Mac. Definite eyes in. Tags there is all good. See if his teammates can take care of that. As the assault continues here on the mail room, and Insight is still trying to find these kills.
Insight's trying to make plays. Unfortunately for him, though, his teammates are actually losing all the gunfights around the point, so he's forced to rat back. So that is going to slow down the rotation from Ultra a fair bit. Bance is the most aggressive one on the map, but for Ultra, I mean, they basically have nobody here. He's trying to make the solo play, can't quite take care of it, and they're not going to be able to block those spawns either. Seattle, they are down by 20, but they are set up on the money hill, ready to try to tie this game up.
We'll see if they can find it. It's Cash Money out of accuracy on point. That's 3 in a row. CleanX, though. Man, okay. It's Berlin. Oh, it's Pred. He's eaten 2 of them. The teammates are going to clean him up as well. And what a spot to be in, though. Couldn't catch Bance. Very slippery. Bance catches another one. Mac now from the outside window. Here comes the exchange of nades. Through the windows they go. Bance once again sees a cheek. Whose butt's that? Cleans one up. Bance finds another kill. If not for Cammy, we may have even more members of Ultra there on point. What an unbelievable string of plays from Benjamin Bance.
And look at the setup, by the way. It's not only they have this pressure in the hill, they got players in fire, so they might be able to catch these players off rotation. Number 6 spawns up for Ultra. He's got the free rotation over towards New. You're trying to lock down this scrap time in Ultra. It's what, a 30-point lead in your setup for the new hard point. And I think, number 4, Pred, the only player that can even cause problems. But Cammy, I mean, he's set up, ready to go. Ultra, they just played that last hill perfectly. They might have set themselves up long term.
Pred was a big one. A little bit of help from his teammate there now to make their way forward, but it's trades out. Cammy's last player left up. Spawn's not that close. We'll see if the Ultra reinforcements can get there in time. Sib's on 4. Now posted up, top of the tank. He's basically a tank himself right now as he keeps on finding these kills. Still 4 on a spree, can't quite watch all of it, but his teammates are doing a wonderful job. Chance, we've got 30-ish seconds now remaining on this point. Mac's gonna get a couple more as the angles now Seattle have got to work with over that point should be starting to pay off for him. But okay, Ultra, beautiful stuff.
And very nice kill from CleanX just to keep his teammate alive. And that is the final 20 seconds that Seattle actually looks like they're thinking about going for the fight. Pred's still nearby, but Ultra, they have enough pressure, making sure that that scrap time, no sort of craziness happens. But now we go in towards this middle hill that is incredibly difficult to actually hold any bit of time on. Basically push out both the wings of the hill. CleanX got one side, nice coverage from Toronto on the left. But if you can collect, if any team ever gets more than 30 seconds on this hill, give them a medal.
That's a really nice 2-piece out of Mac, by the way. Nice one to just slow down those players approaching the hard point, and now you've got a lot of control. Look at that. Speaking of the wings, here's Pred on the left-hand side. He's going to be taking care of the players coming through now, baiting in the push. Full HP, here comes the play. Nice slides, breaks Bance's ankles. There's a couple more to be had here, and he's got the reinforcements as well, but timing. It might pay off for Pred, and there could be streaks here if he can keep this little dance going. Insight by the point, lovely kills again. Still, Pred gets taken care of. There it was. I thought that may have been the moment, but no. Ultra somehow find themselves in the driver's seat. Still, exceptional teamwork.
And Ultra have a very contained setup as well. You see the position Cammy's in over towards P1. As long as you keep that control, your teammates will keep spawning there, and you'll be set up for the rotation over towards News. So it might not be a hill where you can sort of lock down a massive amount of time on, but you can certainly set yourself up and be ready to go. It is not as bad as what we have seen the first time around, but Ultra still wheeling and dealing right now on Berlin. Can't be making plays, he can't find the kill, but you're still racking up that hill time.
Well, we'll see what happens now. Ultra racking up the hill time. Our game tool featured player CleanX on screen. Let's dive in and have a quick listen in with Toronto Ultra.
One shot, there's 2 I think he's already gone right. Dip might be a bit broken to me. Yeah, he probably is. Yeah, like some max, stop steps. I'm coming to you. Last 2 steps. 1. Nice, you pop shit. Last time, so let this. Fly quick, play him quick. Nice, I hit it. Yeah, go for it. Save that. Nice, accuracy, can be taking a route. Yeah, he's fucking nice, last one. I'd be fine. Go across for Nold. Go across for Nold. 25, Toby, weak. Oh, he's still creaming it. No, he's in. Tank, nice. One's in P5, tank. P3 dead. Nice, I'm playing, right. Is it me off? Mail. Lamar, nice. Lamar Nold's fucking absolute. Absolute-fucking-loot. I'm at 5 still. They're gonna go low right. Yeah, listen, I'm fire left, by the way. Dead fire. One more step. Stone right. Lamar left. Mid-statue now. I'm on mid-broken. Mid-statue, Jamie. Lamar left. Listen, I have accuracy, okay? He's gonna go long. Left side, bro. Yeah. No one's nice. Accuracy. There's pinch, low windows, I think. Absolutely, dude. Second, weak. Absolutely, nice. Listen, I've beat you straight, okay? I'm on the left, by the way.
Toronto Ultra continue to be the butchers of Berlin as they are absolutely cleaving Seattle Surge out of their gaming chairs. This is one hell of a run, and it's shades of Kickoff Classic all over again.
Their teamwork has been just phenomenal. Remember when I said that it wasn't quite like last time in the score line? Well, Ultra have not dropped a single second, it feels like, in the past 2 hills. The amount of pressure that CleanX has just been applying to fire on this map, he himself has been on fire. An absolutely absurd performance. Toronto just doing whatever they want. The comms are clean. CleanX, again, in and around fire, has been a menace. And we're going back towards this hard point. I think this is really where Ultra got the ball rolling. They started popping pieces around this hill and running the score up, though. This time, Sib able to find 3 so far on this life. If there is any hope of a comeback, you're going to need a couple full 60s, and it's got to start here.
Well, even with Game 5 looming over them, Seattle Surge are not going to go quietly into this Berlin night. Slow and steady now. Just hold that time. Sib's kills department has not quite been as electrifying as it has been so far in the series, but your boy's starting to heat up. That's 5 in a row now. As a spree continues. Whoa, hello, over the top! Catches the kill. That's going to be 6. Oh, the 7th as well. Full streaks now for Sib. CleanX is now having to back down because the pressure's on. That's 7 in a row. Sib starting to heat up, and Seattle, you said it was a couple of perfect 60s, and it just may be that. They win the fight on the hard point as well, Chance.
Oh, that's such a deep angle, though. Someone's going to play. He's just going to walk straight past. Now he's going to be forced to call in those streaks right off spawn. Unfortunately for him, though, look at the minimap. There is no one from Seattle anywhere near this hill. It's only going to be 15 seconds before Ultra win this game. And the streaks, I mean, sure, you'd be able to get a kill, but your teammates are just so far away.
They push him inside the train station for now. Pred's now here to pick up the pieces. Those players shell-shocked indeed. He gets himself two. Pred can't get any more. CleanX cuts him down. But the defenders have got a lot of work to do. CleanX again. Mac now through the middle of the map. Looking to find something here. It's 5 seconds before we see a game 5. Insights over the point. You've got the front line covered. And Toronto Ultra get it done on Berlin once again. Search and destroy. Game 5 on this very map now awaits a chance. Oh, it's not as fun as it looked in the Surge camp. And Ultra is strictly business right now.
I mean, again, one of the best things about the Ultra comms is how calm they always are. Their heads are always in it. They never get down on themselves. And, well, after the first 2 maps in the series, it looked like Seattle had completely leveled up, and it was looking real dire. But Ultra, again, even if they're down, they are never out, and fought back in the series, have forced the game 5. And honestly, for the first time, they have started to deal with Sid, the only game where Sid has basically not been double positive. And even still, he had a solid performance, had a couple nice moments, but I think right there, that was just the teamwork from Toronto Ultra reigning supreme. Into map 5 we go, and going back to Berlin.
Going back to Berlin for Search and Destroy. It has been non-stop game 5s today. It's a long one, pals. We hope you're all comfortable. Look at that score so far. Very, very exciting stuff. Who knows? Will this be the Toronto's chance to topple the taller terrors? Shout out to Reddit. I'm not reading the username. You know who you are. Thank you very much, though. Guys, it's time for a quick commercial break. When we come back, it's time for that game 5. You do not want to miss this one. Berlin, take the series. We'll see what happens next. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Game Fuel. Victory in a can. Game 5 now looms. It is a Berlin showdown between Toronto Ultra and their soon-to-be fantastic rivals, Seattle Surge, here in this Vanguard season. 2022 season's only 2 days in, and is already lit AF. Chance, how you feeling, mate?
I'm feeling fantastic right now. I'm thinking about just like the confidence game between these two teams, right? Because, I mean, you just look at the side of Toronto Ultra. Just their team stats for the day. Not too great, but I think the first two maps, they were just absolutely in the blender. Simp is responsible for every single one of these players being negative right now, but obviously they have bounced back in the series. I think Ultra, after the year they had in Cold War, they know they're a team that can bounce back. They know they're a team that is capable of winning tournaments. Obviously, they proved that again at the kickoff. On the flip side, though, for Seattle, I mean, they have a ton of good wins. They've beaten York twice. They've beaten every single team they've gone up against. Admittedly, it's like 5 series in, but Toronto Ultra is that next step. And if they can beat them here, then you can have the confidence where you know for a fact you are capable of winning a tournament, which is huge for some of these younger players. At the same time, if you get reverse swept by the team that might be the best team in the game, it's going to sting.
It will sting, but also it's kind of like, you know, it is what it is at this point in time. Like, we've still got stuff to improve on. You know, maybe it's coming down to those clutch moments. It's losing game modes that we're maybe more confident than we should be. But, hey, we will find out, friends. A long and exciting season ahead of us we have here in the Vanguard season. And for players like Sib, who quite frankly is on a level of his own right now, we will be talking about him for a very, very long time to come. Welcome to the league. And at the tender age of 20, a dangerously long career ahead of him. Here we go. Berlin Search and Destroy, Chance. Showdown, indeed, between these two fantastic squads here. And, mate, what a story for the boys of Seattle and also for the organization of Seattle. It has been tears, catastrophe for 2 long and painful seasons for them, and now the future has never looked brighter. Here we go, though, into Berlin. Let's get it.
I mean, Vanguard is proving it wild. Like, Seattle's having the glow up. Ravens are having the glow up as well. It's been a very fun start to the year. As far as Berlin go, look at how aggressive Pred again, man. Shooting players in the back, spots Bance, beams up. 2 kills already down. Can't quite get the third, but either way, his job is done. Man advantage. Bomb should be getting planted shortly. Seattle, this is what they do.
Yeah, surely this is their round. But it's now 2v2. Insight has made a meal of this. Sees one little piggy. Where's the other? 35 seconds on the clock. As quiet falls across Berlin. Here comes the retake. CleanX in first. A little bit of noise made. Sib's got the tags, but there's Insight with the perfect coverage, and this is looking good. Mac now to spring in the 1v2. 20 seconds to play with. Might be waiting for the bomb. He has his grenade to work with as well. Here comes the check. Finds one. Mac, the slide! CleanX wins it. Exceptional timing from CleanX to be there. Right place, right time. The shots were good. And a few seconds to spare on the defuse. 1 round in, the tension is already high.
And, you know, I'm thinking about that bocage, right? What do we see? It was guys like Sib winning gunfights against Insight, and that is not typical of the type of gameplay we're used to seeing from the main AR for Toronto. What do we see that round for the response? Insight in the 2v3. I think he beams accuracy across the map just to make things a 2v2. Kept finding picks. He's got coverage on his teammate. He wins his one against Sib when he's on the stairs. Insight delivering in that round. And obviously CleanX clutches well. Seattle, they have stacked up towards A. They're aggressive again.
They're in mid again. All over the rubble in the center of the map. Bance with that bomb over by the mail room. Moving towards B. Cammy's going to bring the sniper across. There you go. Max spots him, and here we have it. The trap set. The CleanX there with the coverage. Beautiful stuff. Sib can't quite land the first. And now an exchange of gunfire. Oh, misses the second as well. Cammy will be cleaned up there from the efforts from Pred. We like that, but this is going to get dangerous real fast as CleanX now on the 3. He's out and about, hoping to get in behind the sniper, the sole player now for Seattle Surge is Sib. 1v3 situation, and he is now equipped for the fight. See what happens.
A true look to see whether or not he can clutch. And, well, never mind. Too many things to do on Berlin. Too many things to watch.
Sorry,
just get shot in the back immediately. But I will say, I think Sib is definitely towards the top of my list of players that I'm excited to watch in clutch situations. Obviously, though, against Ultra, maybe it's a little bit hopeless. As CleanX 4-0. Trying to respond 2 rounds in. He's feeling himself. And obviously, just a very clean round from Ultra. Shifting that bomb around the map, baiting players out. Setting CleanX up to get those free picks of kills. And Insight not far behind either. Seattle, though, again, hyper aggressive. They love planting the bombs as quickly as they possibly can. And so far, leaning towards this B site.
Spots one. Backed across. Aiming for the barrel once again. Can Sib find anything with the snipe this round? Here we go. Oh, many shadows now moving throughout the night, and he can't get a single one. Cammy with the read. And Sib's got nothing there. It's now a 2v3. Accuracy does manage to get the bomb down at B, but that's going to be a 3v2 situation now on the retake. And here come Toronto. Accuracy up close. Sorry, no, not Accuracy. It was going to be Mac up close. Does manage to find one on the bomb site. You've got Accuracy at range. He's the insurance policy, and there it is. The setup is perfect. The numbers, it doesn't matter if they're not on their side. It is an exceptional hold from Seattle Surge.
That is so clean. Mac, 100% the guy to watch. He is in sight. He is surrounded. They had him trapped in there, and that's the player that they were trying to take down, but he delivers. Wins a couple gunfights, gets a little bit of help from accuracy from the second guy as well, but that is Mac just making the big play. Nice 2v3 clutch Seattle got, and that is one they absolutely needed just to get around on the board. And just by the way, imagine how difficult it is to play against Toronto. Like, imagine the comms from Sib's perspective when he's seeing every player dive around constantly. And this time, Cammy spots out a couple on the cross, feeding that to his teammates. Toronto, they're going straight for A.
Slowly but surely towards A. Stacked up on the outside of A. Here comes Cammy with the snipe check. Shots ring out. Mid-map's all Seattle's for now. The reposition. As Prez just waiting for someone to enter his trap.
Mac is behind everybody. He is going to get a free first kill. He's able to spot the second as well, by the way. There's the free first blood, and he's just going to stay out and save his life, right? Because you got number 4, Pred. He's got the mid-map cuts. They know they have every single player trapped in and around the bomb site. Simp, though, 0-4, gives one away, and Cammy finds a pick. 2 versus 3.
I'm going down quick. Pred. That hit's going to tell you everything you need to know now for Ultra. At least one player coming from this direction. Max moving as fast as he possibly can now to reinforce, and here comes a 2-man retake. Seattle. Choosing the other foot now. Let's see what they do in this situation. Stuns out. Clock's ticking. Mac now trying to make the push through the back. Will he check every possible corner? Timing. Works out. Gets tagged up, but does manage to find the kill. Pred now will not check below him. He's going to be hit, but not dead just yet. 20 seconds. Time's ticking. Man's running around all over the place. Mac last up. CleanX though, surely. This is a setup from Ultra. They cannot lose this round, but Mac makes it a tough one indeed. Ultra, the numbers prevail. A good round again.
And that is a round, by the way, for Seattle. You just cannot afford to lose, right? You got a free kill on the flank. You know that you have every single player trapped in around the site. And I think the biggest issue is when they were going for the nade kills, Sib just exposed to the window, gives away a free one. And then Cammy with the snipe. I mean, remember him on Tuscan. He put on a show. He finds a pick as well. And that is just a response, right? You get clutched on, make sure you clutch up. Toronto, instant bounce back. 3-1 lead. But as Toronto on defense, a lot of pressure over towards that B site, though. This bomb for Seattle, straight towards A.
They're in. You've got the mid-map presence from Bance. That naughty little corner covered. He's going to be a real pain at some point. Inside can't get anything. Oh, Sib remains on the donut for now, and it is Bance. He's had his fair share of donuts in the past. Still got a great figure, though, bless him. Must work out. 4v3 now. On the retake chance.
They are running out of time. 27 seconds on the clock is a little bit to work with, but the pressure's on. Mac gets spotted. Free kill for CleanX, takes him down. I think accuracy is the player that's going to need to clutch this situation.
Oh, my word.
He is in a 1 versus 4. Time is on his side, but he's got to find the line of sight. He's trying to leave one and go for the kill. He might be just a little bit too late, and the coverage is there anyway. Ultra, all their bases covered, taking him down, and nice plays. Accuracy. I mean, that's typical, by the way, for the 1v4. That is as big brain as you can get, but you see Insight ready for it in Ultra. Picking him apart, taking him down, and I think we've had so many donuts, by the way, for this game. Sib, right now, the cam is on him. It was Cammy in game number 2 that was suffering, but Ultra, they have found their stride. Talk about the bounce back they've had.
Accuracy as well. It's a pair of donuts right now for Seattle. No one's able to get involved, and that round is tippable play there from accuracy if he wins that. But there we go. He gets himself on the board. That first blood's going to help out. We'll see how much they can make of it, though. Oh, Cammy. That's close. Pred's going to take that top stairs position. That's ahead. Oh, get out while you still can, Sib. Big hunt there from Pred, but a kill from Bance with the automaton at range. Makes it a 3v3.
Max making plays again, by the way. We saw him do this earlier on where he goes on the fullest of flanks, but that means his teammates are a little bit lonely towards the A site, and Sib is going to fall. Max got to be the guy on the flank in accuracy. He's got to tell him that, dude, you got to speed up. They are planning right now. You have a pinch on site.
Beautiful.
And you get the guy off bomb. It does not go down. And again, number 3 on the minimap. He's still on the flank.
He's still on the flank. He's going to get there now, but is it enough? Are the members of Ultra still going to hang about? Yes, they are. CleanX is going to stick this one out. Max going to get there. Better late than never. Less than 30 seconds now on Cammy. He is in a tough spot. This is a rock and a hard place, quite literally. Here's one. Accuracy wins it. From rags to riches. He has had a fantastic turnaround here, and that round, I put it on him. Between the first blood, the crucial kill on the Bance while arming the bomb, and that big win there on Cammy, that could have gone ugly real fast.
Yeah, that is the Iceman for the team, right? Making the big plays. And again, he was on the donut cam. Sib is still struggling. And if you got a couple players struggling, it's the veteran that has to be the one that steps up to the plate. Accuracy, putting in work. And I think even for Ultra, maybe a slight mistake on the angle you had for the bomb plant, just exposing your foot. Unfortunate, but hey, Seattle, they will take it. Oh, whoa, just like a nightmare.
I was like the JoJo music. To be continued. He didn't die, though. The spoiler for the next episode. But Cammy, that snipe still yet to really have an impact. It's still a dangerous thing, and it does make you change the way you approach things. And that's an ankle. Good job out of insight. But make sure you really do tuck the entire body behind that bomb site, otherwise you're going to get cleaned up. Pred trying to provide that close support chance, but here we go. The shuffle on Berlin and accuracy. He could find himself a couple of Ultra members in mid as the bomb goes down.
I mean, accuracy actually has this entire cross, so he can feed this information to his teammates, and he might be set up for a free kill. Free kill number 1 just got in front of accuracy. And again, he's still got the coverage. Accuracy picking up 2. He's spotted number 8 on the cross. Accuracy is getting all the information for his team, but it comes down now to a 1 versus 2 insight. You're running out of time. 20 seconds. He's got to find both kills.
He's got to do it. You can see accuracy. No idea that Pred's on the other side of the wall. Making a bit of noise. The clatter of pots and pans and glass around him all over the bomb site is going to find the tags into accuracy. Not the kill. And here comes Pred for the old 1-2 punch. And Seattle surge. Another round. Almost tied up here at 3-4.
And you could just see the setup on the minimap, like falling into accuracy's lap. Again, the veteran stepping up, making the big play. That is what, maybe 3 or 4 rounds back to back to back where whoever gets the first blood ends up getting clutched on. And that is a 3 versus 4 where Lamar just putting in some serious work. This is what, a 4-1 deficit that Seattle are trying to make up for a couple rounds in a row. And again, for Seattle, they're just trying to prevent that the reverse sweep. This bomb over towards B. I don't know if Max saw Bance. Pred definitely did, though. First blood, and you got the bomb down. Seattle, huge advantage in the round.
That's a tremendous advantage. Can we get the trade, though? That's another question. The spot from CleanX, the nade's good, but... Oh, doesn't get the kill. Crossfire now. All across that street by the B-bomb site. It is quite literally a war zone. Sib gets involved as well. Takes care of CleanX, 2v4. Sib with the mid-map. The last remaining members of Ultra, well, now I say the last remaining member of Ultra, insight in the 1v4.
40 seconds to work with. Bomb down on site. As far as hopeless situations go, this is at the very top of the list. Inside, I think he's just hoping to get any kills. And keep in mind for these future rounds, I think we saw at least 1 kill streak on Mac. And this is one of the very few maps where actually in S&D, they can be quite effective even with the strafing run. So Insight finally falls, and that's the setup. That is 3 rounds in a row off the back of a couple clutches for Seattle. Back into this game. You got a kill streak in the back pocket. You got Sib starting to heat up and get a couple kills as well. I think he's been able to get 3 in the past 2 rounds. Surge, wheeling and dealing, right back into this game.
Starting to find that momentum. They're really getting in the swing of things. That walk now building up to a run. That run building up to a sprint. How far can they go in this race? It looks like Mac and Accuracy now both have a strafe run to work with. You are dealing with the kings of cool, though. Toronto Ultra are one of the most composed teams in the game. Let's see what they've got now in this round.
No smokes to cross with. You got to make sure you time it right. Mac maybe waiting for the moment, or maybe Mac back it down, trying to beam Sib, can't quite finish it. In Seattle, they are thinking about this rotation, but honestly, for both teams, Toronto, I mean, they got all their bases covered. They should be able to spot out the rotation. CleanX barely able to get out with his life. A very delicate round number 9. And Inside will be the one to call out, hey, the bomb getting planted on A. Can't see his foot this time.
Yeah, he can't. Mac is suitably tucked there. Will be able to plant it, get out with his life. 4v4 retake. Oh, what a beautiful exchange of kills, though. Mac with the first. Cammy manages to take care of Pred, and here comes the onslaught over towards the A-bomb site. Sib. 2 angles to watch, on the inside and the bottom stairs. He has a teammate at the very end of the corridor. That's going to be huge. Nice wallbang there on a Bance. Here comes a slide from behind. Cammy getting involved in the fight in a big way. 20 seconds to work with now. Mac wins the gunfight towards the backside, but the shots are still in. It's a 2v1 now for Insight. This is to take the lead. The kill, he has to find it faster. Insight's running out of time, and that could be it. We will be looking at match point for Seattle Surge. And they have pulled this one back 1 round at a time. Chance, holy dooly. 1 more is all they need.
And that is just another feather in the cap for Seattle. This is what they do in the search and destroy, man. It seems like it doesn't matter what map they're playing. They will find a way to get a bomb down. And if you let them plan, I mean, they clutch up what seems like 9 times out of 10. And again, especially on a map like Berlin, you have clutch spots for days. Accuracy lives for it. 4 in a row. Now the advantage to shut down the reverse sweep, to beat the best team in the game after the kickoff classic. And just to build the redemption arc for the organization. And he's got the glide bomb. He needs to stay alive. As you see, they're coming up from dub steps. They're in fire.
He's waiting for it. Accuracy, if you see someone, he may call it. If you kill accuracy in this round, oh, that's it. First blood. Oh, the second goes as well. Insight now battling tooth and nail to try and stay alive, and he does. Sib on the inside of the map. Down low by tank, trying to watch the cross. No one going towards B. But you've managed to isolate the Ultra players. Can they find a pick and stay alive? That's Sib versus Insight now. And it is starting to get dangerous.
This is also bombed down to the worst spot possible. Cammy able to find one, but still, when he picks up that bomb, that is going to be a loud indication to Seattle. We know exactly where he is. They have to know the plan is to go to A, the gunfight potentially for the round. Both players back down. Cammy finds the pick. The patience from Ultra to even wait for that kill to come through is absurd.
Accuracy.
Now the bomb. Accuracy, though.
Accuracy.
Iceman, this is it.
Oh, the Iceman? No. Oh, he had the ankle. He saw it, man. It was there. The opportunity to get it. Round 11 now between these 2 teams. Bear in mind, streak still in play. The fighter pilot, well, sorry, the strafing run for Mac and the glide bomb for accuracy are still available. That could be tremendous. The B-bomb site is now off limits for Ultra. Who's going to get defense? I've got no idea. I haven't been counting. I've been too engrossed in the game.
Both of these teams, by the way, just ice cold.
Oh,
right?
my.
Cammy for the patience towards the final moments, but I don't even know. You can't go to B if you're dealing with the glide bomb. Cammy, dude, this is the problem. You just see everyone go towards A, but yeah, you have to go through mid. I love this call from Ultra. Bance making a play. He gets the first blood. They have fire control.
Oh, Benjamin, that's a massive tag as well in a Sib. And here comes the play. Glide bomb's out. He's going to see Cammy. It might kill him through the open roof of fire. No, doesn't land a single thing. Everyone from Ultra still fighting fit. Bomb still in hand. Forward they go, but it's accuracy with the automaton. We've got Old Faithful finds the kill. Bance on the rat back. Sid finds another one. 2v3. Seattle Surge maintain advantage for now as the bomb goes down on B.
It's got to be CleanX. CleanX has to make this play. Bance has to win the one-on-one on site because number 2 has gotten through. So someone needs to make the big play. CleanX an opportunity. But that bomb is down. Seattle, I don't know if they know where either of these players are.
But the Bance just saw Sid. They've got no idea that accuracy's close by. CleanX finds one. 2v2. Accuracy's on the defuse. Bance. Oh my God. Is he going to check it? Here comes CleanX. Will he get it? The Iceman! The Iceman jumps on the bomb. And it was a fraction of a second. Oh my God. That is a stunning round 11.
Ultra are stunned. Could you have it any other way? Of course, it's accuracy. Dude, the amount of like wild play calls, because that is 200 IQ plays from both teams nonstop, right? You're Toronto, you're on offense. You can't go to B at all. You spot this stack over towards A, so what do? Cut through the middle of the map and go to fire. You deal with the glide bomb. You make that play in again. Incredible call. Then you have Bance getting the bomb down over towards B. CleanX making like the late flank plays over towards fire. Like everybody doing everything right. But instead of Bance checking the bomb, it was CleanX, and just a split second too late. His accuracy doing what he does best. Oh, Seattle. I mean, it's only day 2 of stage 1, but I mean, they're on top of the world.
This is insane. All right, I need a breather. Where's my desk at? Save us. Save us.
Yo, I don't know what's going on right now. Miles and Chance, that was incredible. Seattle Surge were able to bring it back. This went the entire distance, by the way. And Toronto Ultra, it slipped through their fingertips. Miles, Chance, what were your emotions watching all of that go down? Because like aLLeY was shaking, me and Nameless was going nuts.
I got a little bit towards the end there. I was like, oh my God, Ultra have done it. Like you called it chance. Like they dodged the bomb, they dodged the strafe run. Like they've done everything right. And then it's like, oh, we better check bomb. Like if that decision had been made a fraction of a second sooner, oh my God, man. But like I got them chills. You know what I'm saying? That's what the CDL's all about, baby.
Timing is everything. Chance, how you feeling after that series right there, baby?
Honestly, I'm just feeling like happy, I think would be the word. Like that is just fantastic Call of Duty. I mean, this is what, arguably at this point, or almost certainly the 2 best teams in the game going at it, going to the round 11. And one of the things I hate the most, is a pet peeve, is when there's like breakdowns in the rounds or just like silly mistakes that have been getting made all day today from a ton of teams, but not these 2 men. It is the high IQ plays. It is guys that have a fantastic game plan, just getting after it. And I mean, what more could you ask for, right? Accuracy with all the clutches. He was on a donut, by the way. He was like 0-5, 0-6. It just completely turns up. The same thing could be said for Simp, who had a phenomenal series through and through. Even when he was on the donut cam starting to suffer, he had a bounce back as well. I mean, Seattle, you shut down the reverse sweep. You beat arguably the best team in the game. You get the confidence that, honestly, they probably didn't need that they already have. But, I mean, again, those guys on top of the world right now.
I was sweating like steady during this commentary this morning. That game was a banger. Yo, Nameless?
Yeah.
I mean, Seattle Surge, they're for real.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys are nasty, man. Like, Toronto Ultra is one of the toughest teams to go up against, and they almost got reverse swept. And they go into that last map, they go down 0-4, they win 5 rounds in a row. It gets down to that last round, and you got to think Toronto, they made a crazy play going right up the middle, getting control of fire, and then Seattle, the comms that moment, it had to just be absolute pandemonium, but they react to it, they trap them, they get the kill that they need, and then accuracy, the leader of this team, when you need him to step up the most, he did it throughout this entire map. If it wasn't for him, there was no chance they were going to win this one. Every single round when they needed a clutch kill, he was there. He almost would have got that 1v3 clutch it was too when he came up the stairs. If he would have got both of them off the bomb, I mean, this guy was on fire, man. Seattle just looks like a force to be reckoned with.
Simp and Accuracy heading into round 8 both had 0 kills under their belt. Simp found his first kill in round 8. I believe Accuracy found his in round 7. And if Accuracy doesn't have the glide bomb there, that play from Toronto to make that 4 push through mid, me and Nameless were talking about it. They just made the freaking play. They got the opening kill. Seattle was totally caught off guard, but because Accuracy had that bomb, was able to get the information and kind of trap all of them in fire building, and just they watched all the entrances and they perfectly waited for their prey to come out, and then actually clutching up with the defuse. Silent defuse, baby!
Yo, this team looks like absolute veterans. You know what? This team makes me sick. Like, what is their potential actually? They go to the Kickoff Classic. Okay, they go to the finals. They beat a few legends, and then now they're beating Toronto Ultra, and they're still moving on. They're phenomenal. But speaking of which, listen, Miles, Chance, you guys are phenomenal. I'll see you all next series. But for the Game Field Victory Spotlight interview, let's go ahead and bring in the dog, the absolute beast that we saw tearing it up all day. Simp, I have a serious question. All right, I have 2 of them for you. First things first. Why don't you smile after going crazy like that, man? Do you have any emotions at all?
Unfortunately, no. Every time I do something, you know, the vet right next to me, in-game leader, he gathers me up. So, you know, I gotta smile a couple times. You know, he's like, smile, man, you know, but, you know, I'm getting there.
All right.
All right. I mean, I respect it. You know, you're in the game, you're in the zone, and you've been popping off all series. But I gotta ask, man, you all seem pretty down when you're heading into that final search and destroy. But there was seriously a momentum change, I feel like, after we actually saw your player cams and we saw Lamar talking to all of you. I gotta know, what did he say? How did y'all kind of regame, group up, and end up taking the dub?
I think what really helped us a lot at the kickoff, you guys know that we lost to Toronto.
Yeah.
And we never lost like that as a team before, so it was just a learning experience. It was a free learning experience, so I'm glad that we lost like that in that moment, because when it comes to times like this, we can hit a reset button and know what to do when we are facing an uphill battle.
So question for you, Sib. What adjustments were made from Kickoff Classic till now? Because you guys look great there, right? But it seems like every goal that you guys set, you accomplish it right away. You come in and you beat the team that just beat you. You look way different in this series. So what adjustment was there?
I really think the adjustments we made were really, it's all about the little things. The simple fundamentals, the little moments of communication, doing things the first time. When you mess up, you fix it the first time instead of the second or the third time.
Absolutely.
Because by that time, it's already too late.
All right, Sib, we actually saw a tweet from you the other day. Production, if you got it, please throw it up on the screen, Sib. You was feeling yourself, baby. You put it out there.
This
you
was
said,
today, bro. 7 hours ago.
I think I'll just turn it up a notch today. You were killing it, man. The final question that we have for you is, this team is new. You, Mac, Pretty Boy Pred, you guys are popping off. You have the vet with accuracy, a.k.a. Lamar, but also Sam Phoenix being behind you. What do you think really contributed to the success to happen just so fast with you guys? This isn't normal. You don't see this every day.
I think our success really comes from us just wanting it. None of my teammates are ever satisfied. My teammates right now, Lamar, accuracy, he was benched last year. We have a player coming from Australia, and we have Mac coming off of an underperforming season. So we're all here wanting to prove something and just to be where we want to be, and that's to be the best.
All right, Sib, thank you so much, man. You guys have been phenomenal. By the way, you went, what, positive 30 today? That's absolutely just, it's stupid. Congrats. Can't wait to see you on the stage again, man. And
thank you.
You have a good night. See you next time.
Thank you.
No problem. Nameless, man. Put a ball on top of all this. Like, round 11s,
yeah, these
map
guys,
5s, like
anything that can be thrown at you as a roster, it's been thrown at them already. I mean, they made it to a final, they face defeat. They get absolutely smoked on the Game 4 in the Kickoff Classic. They come back today, they beat the team that beat them. It's only been like a week and a half. These guys continuously improve. Absolutely a top 2 team in the game, if not the best team in the game. And Sib, what we've learned from that guy that we just interviewed is he has potential to be the best in the world. So I'm excited for the future of this team, what they can continue to do, and I can't wait to watch them face off against some of the other teams that we have in our league.
And take a look at the maps and modes. You see Tuscan, Hardpoint, Bacage, Seattle Surge came out strong, but Toronto Ultra didn't want to lay down just yet. They came back, tried to make the reverse sweep happen, but Seattle Surge, they took the distance, and they took the win that they felt like they deserved over them outright. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, things are finally starting to wrap up, and we're entering the last series of the day. The Young Guns on Seattle Surge topping Toronto Ultra is just the beginning, because coming up next, the Los Angeles Guerrillas will face off against NYSL, and it's going to be a banger. See you guys soon.